To Bitcoin Leviathan Prophecy, and I said that I was going to do my final NFC. Um, I was going to do my final NFC East grade. I spent like 3 hours last night writing down each and every position, every round. So obviously, we're going to start with the Washington football team. Now, obviously, as you can see, the first they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They had, I mean, nine. Oh no, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they had 10 picks. And what you do with those picks matters, right? You can't do less with more. You have to do more with more, right? So obviously with the first pick, they picked a linebacker. Okay. I think they addressed their needs on the offensive lineman in the second round. Third round, they picked a cornerback. Third round, they had two third rounders, which is insane. Third round, they picked a wide receiver. Fourth round, they picked a tight end. Fifth round, safety. Sixth round, I think that's a long snapper. Seventh round they picked a defensive end. Seventh round again they picked a defensive end. And seventh round they had three seventh rounders and they picked a wide receiver. So they addressed their needs and wants at the same time. So I'm gonna give the Washington team an A+. I think they nailed it. Um, because I'm trying to be unbiased. You know what I'm saying? I'm not these, Giants fans that is so fixed on burying other teams. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like that. You know, I don't see the value of that, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna give the Washington football team an A. I think they nailed it, and yeah. So let's move on to those Dallas Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? So obviously with the first round they picked Parsons still of the draft. I think he's gonna become, if he could keep his nose clean, I think he's gonna become one of the greatest linebackers in Cowboys history. And we all know Cowboys had very great linebackers over the years. You know what I'm saying? DeMarcus Ware, they had Keith Brookings. You know what I'm saying? So they had a few good linebackers. Obviously Sean Lee. So, yeah. So with the first pick, they picked Michael Parsons. Second pick, they picked their cornerback. Third pick, they had the defensive tackle. They just went strictly defense throughout this whole entire draft. Because obviously last year the Cowboys was just decimated with injuries, and they was just giving up big plays and big runs. So yeah, so obviously, third round defensive tackle, third round cornerback, third round again linebacker, fourth round they went offensive lineman, fifth round they went wide receiver, fifth round again they went defensive tackle, sixth round they went cornerback, and seventh round they went guard. So I'm gonna give them a B. The only reason why I'm not giving them an A is because they didn't address the tight end position. I think they could have grabbed a tight end in the seventh round because they had two fifth picks. So I think they could have just used one of those picks on the tight end. But that's just my opinion. So yeah, so now we're gonna go to the Eagles, and the Philadelphia Eagles had same amount of picks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They had nine. How many Dallas had? Dallas had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. So the only team that didn't have a lot of picks was the Giants. The Giants had 6. So Cowboys, Washington team, and Eagles all had 9 picks. Well, Cowboys, no, Washington team had 10, Dallas had 9, and the Eagles had 9. So we're gonna go with the Eagles right now, and they drafted a wide receiver, Parker. You know, the last time they drafted a wide receiver was Deshaun Jackson out of Cal, or if you want to go even further, Jeremy Maclin. You know, but anyways, so yeah, so they took in the second round they took a center, third round they took a defensive tackle, fourth round they took a cornerback, fifth round they took a running back, sixth round defensive tackle, sixth round defensive end, sixth round safety, and seventh round outside linebacker. So the I'm gonna give the Eagles a C plus. I think they nailed their wants. Again, I really wanted a tight end for them. You know, probably like in the fifth round, or probably like in the sixth or seventh round, they could have gone tight end. But yeah, so I'll give them a C plus. And now we move on to the New York Giants. Now, obviously, Jesus, with 6 picks, you can't really do much with it, you know. And you know, a lot of Giants fans are banking on, well, we got this and this picks this next year. Like I said in my other video, you do not know when we will, like, Giants fans don't know when the NFL is going to have another heavy draft class like this, where 5 quarterbacks go off the board. It might take another 3 years. It might take another 5 years. It might take another 10 years, you know? So we don't know when this draft class is going to be revamped. I mean, revamped again. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be stuck with mud with Daniel Jones if he pans out or not, you know. And we all know, you know, what's his name? Mike Glennon is not the answer. You know what I'm saying? So obviously the Giants do play a 3-4. I basically, you know, made a mistake. I thought they switched to a 4-3. That's why it didn't make sense to me, because when you play a 4-3, I mean, when you play a 4-3, you basically playing with 4 defensive ends and 2 linebackers. When you're playing a 3-4, you playing with 3 defensive ends and 4 linebackers. So I understand why the Giants made the moves that they did. But that's how they won their bread and butter. That's how they won those 2 Super Bowls, rushing the passer, you know? And when you use those linebackers as defensive ends, you kind of exploit your secondary, because you bring in the linebackers in. You don't know if it's play action. You don't know if it's like a quick reverse bubble screen, and then they might get caught up. They might get sucked in, and you know that receiver or running back might go for 70 plus yards. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So basically, let's go down memory lane. The Giants with their first picked a wide receiver out of Florida. The last player that the Giants picked out of Florida was Jesse Palmer. I think yeah, I forgot his brother's name. But yeah, he didn't necessarily pan out for us. But other than Darius Tony, Percy Harvin was the last receiver I know from Florida that got picked. Okay. Second round, they went linebacker out of Georgia. Obviously, again, both of these guys are coming off of knee injuries problems. You know, Tony had injuries before. That's why he only played 1 year in Florida. And the linebacker from Georgia, he also have knee problems. So it's a high risk, high reward. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So third year, I mean that's third year. Third round they picked a cornerback. Fourth round they picked a linebacker. No tight ends, no offensive linemen. Fourth round, yeah, they picked a linebacker. Sixth round, they had two six rounders. So sixth round they picked a running back, and sixth round they picked another cornerback. So I really don't know what to grade this, to be honest with you. Sixth round they could have obviously picked a tight end because they already picked up two running backs. So I don't know why they picked up a third one. Two cornerbacks. I mean, you picked up two great. I mean, you have three great cornerbacks, but in case one of them is out, what I'm saying, insurance policy for one of them. They drafted two linebackers. So I don't know. To be honest with you, all I see is just the two picks. All I see is the first and second pick. The rest can kick rocks. They're not even gonna make an immediate impact. You know, I think Tony's gonna make an immediate impact. I think the linebacker from Georgia is gonna make immediate impact. There's no sitting behind nobody, because that's who you invested. Like I said, your first two rounds have to jump start. Like they have to hit the ground running. You know what I'm saying? There's no time for waiting. There's no time for bait. Like there's no time for all that. Like we're just living in a different, generation in football. You know what I'm saying? The days of sitting behind the quarterback, learning from them, is gonna be non-existent. You think Trevor Lawrence, whoever the Jacksonville Jaguar quarterback is, he's gonna sit behind them? Hell no. He's gonna start week one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give this a D. I mean, I was gonna give them a F, but since they nailed it, the first two picks, I'm gonna give them a D plus. I'm gonna give them a D plus. So yeah. And now we are going to the New York Jets. Now, obviously, we are rival. I don't think we're rivals, but we crosstown rivals. So I did the New York Jets because I think that the Jets is going to surprise a lot of teams this year. Not a lot of people think that, you know. But let's just go down on how many picks they got. They got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. They also got 10 picks. So again, they obviously went to work. You know what I'm saying? So first round they picked quarterback, Zach Wilson out of BYU. First round, they dressed the O line. Second round, picked a wide receiver. Fourth round, running back. Fifth round, safety. Um, fifth round again, safety. Fifth round again, cornerback. Sixth round, safety. Sixth round, cornerback, and sixth round, defensive tackle. So they pretty much went defense. Yeah, they only have like one receiver. I think they could have gotten another receiver. I think they could have got like two more receivers. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, again, just like the Dallas Cowboys, they wasn't they wasn't good last year on defense. So I understand why they put so much on defense. So you you still got the supplemental draft, which obviously is like a mini draft where players wasn't really picked throughout the whole entire 7 rounds. So maybe they'll probably grab like three or two more receivers to help out Zach. But I'm gonna give them a B negative. I'm gonna give them a B negative. I think they did pretty good. I think they picked their needs, they wants. So yeah, so that's my AFC plus NFC East final grades. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're Jets fans, Eagles fans, Cowboys fans, Washington fans, if you agree with my picks, if you agree with my grades, I should say, let me recap. I gave Washington an A plus. I gave Cowboys a B plus. I gave the Eagles a C plus. I gave the Jets a B negative, and I gave the Giants a D plus. D, not B, D plus. So like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.